Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Unity of New Westminster. If everyone will get seated, we'll start our morning here. Good morning, everyone. I am Sharon, and I welcome everyone today. We are excited about our guest musician. I'm very excited about him. He's great. Carl Katz. And would you please stand and join us as Carl leads the opening song, I Can See Clearly Now. That's a good one.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Thank you, Carl. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy New Year to everyone. Oh my goodness, 2024. Where did the year go? 2023, it feels like we were just here. Yep. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. I'm Reverend Rona Segarra, and it is my pleasure, my privilege, and my joy to be here with all of you today on this first Sunday in the new year. It's a special Sunday because on the first Sunday, we do what is called the White Stone Ceremony, and more about that in a moment. If you are joining us and have been here before, welcome back, welcome home. And if it is your very first time here, a very warm welcome to you. I hope that you enjoy your experience with us today. And if you are joining us online, either live or sometime in the future, a very warm welcome from all of us here at Unity in beautiful British Columbia, Canada, at New Westminster. Yeah, we always kind of wave at the camera. We are here because Unity offers ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, and we honor that there is wisdom in faith traditions all over the planet, that there is wisdom to be found in our songs and stories and our life experiences, that there is wisdom to be found in movies and books, wisdom to be found everywhere if we choose to be open to look for it. And here we offer ideas so that your life will be more calm, more connected, and more contented. We honor every person's right to choose their own life path, their own spiritual path, which is the same thing. And we welcome everyone. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. Shall we begin this morning in a time of centering prayer? We begin by acknowledging with gratitude that we are here under traditional and ancestral territory of the Kakite First Nation. And we give thanks for First Nation peoples everywhere, for their love and connection to this land. We give thanks that we are able to join together to laugh, to sing, to receive ideas and consider how they may apply to make our lives richer, more abundant. We believe that there is only one presence, one power. That presence and power is understood and named in various ways. Some call that God. Others, Allah, Yahweh, Creator, the universe, force, life, nature, quantum. By whatever our understanding may be for that one power that forms us and in which we live and move and have our being. We understand it to be one. And it is in this one power that each one of us is connected to that power, but also to one another. We are one. And it is from this oneness that we send a blessing for love, for peace, for healing, for wisdom, to every being on this planet, knowing that our intention to uplift makes a difference. And we honor every person, holding them in a blanket of compassion and love. And for this vision, for this intention, and for the power that we have to bless, we give thanks and say Amen. Sure.
Good morning again. I'm going to read from the Daily Word for January 7th. And the title's Wholeness. Wholeness is my nature and the truth of my life. I see myself whole, complete, and as a living expression of God. My thoughts fill my consciousness with the divine idea of wholeness. My words affirm this wholeness. Through my actions, I bless the life energy in my body with the right balance of exercise, rest, and nutrition. I live from my wholeness even if I experience illness. I may receive treatment, but I do not consider myself weak or diseased. I move through every health challenge with faith and grace, trusting the experience has come to pass. I remember wherever I am, whatever may be happening, divine life is always seeking to express through me, to restore my awareness of wholeness, which and will always be my true spiritual state of being. And from Luke 11:34, your eye is the lamp of your body. If your eye is healthy, your whole body is full of light. But if it's not healthy, the body is full of darkness. I would expect to be metaphorically. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to do a bit first. I'm going to do some talking first.
Okay, so
You can hang out, you can go sit down, whatever you like. Would you prefer to sit, or are you comfy standing?
how long is it going to be?
Well, how long am I going to take?
It says, like intro to White Stones, I figure about 8 slides.
About 8 slides. That's how long it's going to take. So hang out for 8 slides with me, Carl. Isn't it awesome to be able to have fun up, in the middle of a church service? I know when I grew up, that was never going to happen.
Amen to that.
Amen to that. I remember a completely different subject, but why not? I remember being in the church choir in the Anglican church in Sarnia, Ontario, and my aunt was sitting in the congregation, and her name is June. And I just happened to catch her eye as the minister was waxing profoundly and said, "June is busting out all over." Well, I don't need to tell you. It was like just one of these moments that you will always hold on to. Anyway, it was really fun.
That was your fun moment?
That was my fun moment in church. Yes, Walt. Have you ever wished that you could start again? Have you ever looked back at how you've behaved and want to press a reset button? At New Year particularly, we have this feeling of wanting to reset. And what we are about to experience today is a ritual that is called the White Stone Ceremony, and it is often celebrated on the first Sunday after the New Year at Unity churches and at other spiritual centers across the planet. And as you'll see, the reason that we use this ceremony is because it is a way, symbolically, to reset, to begin the new year with a clean slate. It's also an opportunity not just to put away that which has not worked for us, but also a way to set an intention for what we want to show up as in the next year or next period of time. And just like any of these cleansing and resetting rituals that we experience, they can happen anytime. We don't really need to limit ourselves to New Year. But New Year just seems like such a logical time of year to take stock at what has been and who we want to become and how we want to express. So we do this every first Sunday of the new year. And this may represent how you have felt in the past. The slide that says, whenever something goes wrong, I just push a little button and restart. I wish my life could be like that. Today is your opportunity to push the button. Today, you get to choose what your life will look like from this day forward. Reset, reset. But we have a yeah, but, don't we? There's always a, yeah, but what about all the things I've done in the past? How do I overcome those? At times it feels hard to wipe a slate clean because it feels as if everything has been written with a permanent marker. And we began the process last week of releasing some of those things that we may have thought of as being written with permanent marker. We began this process with what we call the burning bowl ceremony, where we wrote down thoughts, ideas, situations that we don't want to carry with us into the next year as a way of erasing that permanent marker idea. And part of this introspection is that we can realize that although we cannot always undo what has been done, sometimes we so wish we could, that there is still an opportunity at every point to change. And let no one ever tell you that I'm too old to change, or a leopard doesn't change their spots, or any of those sayings that limit us, because what is true is that we are always evolving. And who I was 10 years ago is a different person in many ways than who I am today and who I was 30 years ago. Yes, there are some things that remain the same. But in other ways, I am not just older, but in some ways wiser, in some ways more courageous, some ways more skilled than I was at dealing with things than I was 10, 20, or 30 years ago. And surely that must be true for all of us. And in this way, we don't need to carry the sins of our past and allow them to define our present or our future. We can let that be and choose differently. What we were does not need to be what we are today. That permanent marker can be a whiteboard marker that you wash off. Nothing prevents us from changing except what we choose to believe. So this White Stone Sunday inspiration comes from the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 17, beginning at 17, where it says, "Let anyone who has an ear listen to what the Spirit is saying to the churches. To everyone who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give a white stone. And on the white stone is written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it." That is a mouthful, isn't it? We're going to go through it in a little bit of detail. But remember that the way we look at the scripture in either the Bible or even in stories and in our interactions is that they all represent parts of each one of us. Each character, each place, each event represents something that happens in us. And so I have found that one of the easiest ways to understand metaphysical interpretation, which just sounds so big and so heady, is to write mentally the word "in me" or "in us" after every event, every name, or every character. So, keeping that in mind, let us look at what this mouthful of scripture actually can mean for us. Let anyone who has an ear listen. Well, the one in us that has an ear is our thoughts. So what we're saying here is let all of our thoughts be open and receptive and willing to hear what the Spirit is saying to the churches. What is the Spirit in us? The Spirit in us is what some would call our true self, our higher self, the part of us that's like a capital S, that is the highest connection to the divine that we know. I think of it as that inner longing, that inner knowing within me. Saying to the churches, again, the churches are like the little departments in my brain. I think of the characters in any office situation, or you think of the departments in any office situation. You'll have the advertising department and the outreach department and the purchasing department. Well, our brains kind of have all these departments as well, and we have the department that's the judge and the police officer and the mother and the father and the juror, and just if you pay attention, you'll notice that you have all these voices within you talking all the time. Think of those as your churches, your departments. And so this beginning of this passage is inviting us to be open, to be listening to the highest expression of ourselves, that deepest longing within us. Bless you. And how do we do that? We take time to be still. Because we all know that sometimes there's a part of us that's kind of asking to be heard. But it's so much easier for the busy department to go and vacuum or clean the garage or whatever it might be than pay attention to that still small voice that is calling our name. First line is the idea of being open to hearing. The second, to everyone who overcomes. So to every department, every thought that overcomes and is willing to listen, to take the time out to hear. It's as if we're overcoming our resistance to that unknown. Then we will be given some hidden manna. Oh, what is manna? Nourishment. We will receive nourishment. It will actually feed us. It'll bring us joy if we're willing to be open for it. And I will give a white stone. The white stone tradition comes from what we are told about Roman history. And according to Reverend Frida King, people were given a white stone to represent that they were a Roman citizen. And that was no small thing. It meant that they had the full force and power of Rome behind them. When they were imprisoned, if they ever were imprisoned, the stone was taken away from them. And when they were released, when they had paid their dues, it was given back. It was restored as a sign that they were now free to enjoy those benefits one more time. A powerful symbol. There are other interpretations about what the stone might mean. It was given to victors at public games. They were then entitled to be taken care of at the expense of the city. I'd like that. They were used on festival days, and if a host wanted to specially honor a guest, they would give that person a white stone. And that white stone would have a message on it just for that guest. Like a private little, you're special. It was also used as an admission ticket to public festivals. So there's this whole idea of warm regard and freedom that comes with this white stone. So, I will give a white stone, and on it will be written a new name. Well, what is a name? Is it not our nature, a description of who we are? And so we are given this symbol of freedom, of a fresh start, on which we will have a nature, an attribute about ourselves written on. That no one knows except the one who receives it. It's private. People can share it with others if they want, but the idea of this is that it's a personal gift, a personal relationship. It also implies that the person who receives it is ready to receive it, is ready for the power, the freedom, whatever this nature represents. And so, put that all together, and now you have Metaphysics 101. Let all of our thoughts be receptive to the innermost longing within us. When we rise above, we will receive nourishment and fulfillment from within. We will receive a new start, freedom, an opportunity to claim a new nature which is personal, which is specific, which is ready to be received. And that is the background for what we'll do in just a few minutes after our next song. So we're going to sing a song that celebrates new beginnings. And I noticed how everybody is just singing so wholeheartedly, and I love it. So let's all continue that as we sing Morning Has Broken. And does anyone not have this? Everybody got a stone and a pen?
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. And praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world.
Thanks, Carl. It was probably wise to sit down, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eight slides on a minister is like this long. If it's comfortable for you, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes as we move into a time of reflection. If it feels more safe for you to leave your eyes open, then allow them to rest gently on a spot in front of you. Take a breath and notice the feeling of air as it enters your body. And then as it releases, cool air in, warm air out. And as you breathe, allow your body to rest. If you are on a seat, allow your body to become heavier until the seat supports you and you don't do any work at all. If you're on a couch or a bed or you're standing, do your best to feel whatever is supporting you. And allow your body to feel heavy and filled with rest. And notice how your mind is busy. Allow that. Notice it and then sink beneath to a place where your heart is. And all the while, notice and give thanks for how life is breathing you. Isn't it true that we find ourselves in prisons that we make up? As we consider the symbolism of the white stone, the promise of freedom, it is up to us to realize that nothing needs to be written with a permanent marker. that we do not need to define ourselves by the actions of our past. Today we gently release our belief in that permanence, and we step in to a possibility of a clean slate, of starting anew. What are the prisons that you have confined yourself to? What are the limitations that the white stone can empower you to break free from? Go ahead and take your stone in your hand. Feel how solid that stone is. Feel its strength. Its ability to endure, to withstand. Feel its power. And imagine that the stone today represents the full power and force of forgiveness. It represents the promise of a fresh, new start. And turn your attention inward to that secret place within you that is longing to be noticed. That secret place within you that is your highest expression. That part of you which always chooses the high road. The secret place of the Most High, where your true self resides. Be with that part of you. Bask in the presence of the peace and love and wisdom that is part of who you are always. And in a few moments, you will discern a word It could be a name. It could be an attribute. It could be a preference. It could be that it's not one word, but several. Turn within. And notice what bubbles up. What is calling you? That will give you hidden manna. You may start with I am. And if no word comes to you, that's okay too. You will notice that something will show up in the next hour, next day, next week, and you'll know it's for you. And so in the silence now, what is my I am for this year? And as you are ready, I invite you to open your eyes and write your word on your stone. This word from you, for you. That embraces the wisdom of the ages. And when you have written your name on your stone, I invite you to hold it to your heart, knowing that this word, this nature, will take on greater and greater significance as the year unfolds. That word, that nature is sacred. It is holy. It has come from the wisdom of your heart. And you, each one of you, is sacred and holy. This is your sign of a clean slate. Whatever has gone in your past is in your past. This stone is a sign of your ability in this moment to live into a new nature. It is a moment where you know that you are free. Free from everything that has bound you and has held you back. You are free to begin again. And as we imagine ourselves stepping out of the prison of our own limitations, I hope that you feel, as I feel for this room, that you are more light, that there is more joy within you, more hope within you, more life within you, more enthusiasm, and certainly more freedom. Happy New Year. Happy new beginning. Happy new you. I bless you.
The sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun. I said, it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like yes, it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. Little darling, the smile's returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like yes, it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. It's been clear. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. Here comes the sun.
Wow, it's a very special day. Thank you, Rona, and thank you, Katz. I'm going to do the announcements now. We usually have Cindy's Creative Cafe the last Sunday of the month, but we are lucky. This month we're going to get it twice, I think. No? Oh, well. But we're definitely going to get it today. Cindy's Creative Cafe, you can have karaoke, you can draw, sing, tell a story, work on a craft. You can be creative, artistic in your own way. You can contact friends, share your talents, and learn something new. Admission is by donation. If you choose to paint, we have the materials, and it costs $10 to pay for the material. So I guess it says here every last Sunday, but it's not this month. So between 12:30 and 3:30 p.m. today. So thank you, Cindy. Yay. And please join us in person or on Zoom tomorrow, which is Monday, for a meditation between 10:30 and 11:15. We're able to check in with each other, have a guided meditation, read the names on a prayer list. If you wish a name to be added to the prayer list, including could be your own, please fill out a prayer request. There's some in your folder, and you can place it in the offering basket. You can email it. You can submit the prayer on our website, and we do have our prayer box as well, right next to that poinsettia there. It was handmade by somebody in our past congregation, and it's been kind of a source of blessings for us too. So we're going to have Wisdom Wednesdays. Rona's going to have a 7 p.m. Wisdom Wednesday, for a discussion about today's message. Sounds good. And we can explore and share ideas in a confidential space. The Zoom link is on the website and in the email or app. And if you're not computer-wise, you can phone it in too. I know that from other Zooms. A replay of the service will be on our website or on our app, and you can watch it again, or if you have somebody who cannot attend and would like to hear the message, they can get this one and other ones on, I think it's on YouTube, is it right? Yeah. So we are going to do our gifts. We thank everyone for the gifts to our ministry, and many of us do pre-authorized payments. You can bless the offering basket as it goes by, or if you wish to donate, please do so. And we will sing our blessing song, and when we do so, please bring to your mind something you're grateful for. So the song is "We Are So Blessed."
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And yes, we are so blessed. blessed to have wonderful musicians like Carl join us today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Sharon, for your platform host. And thank you, Glenn and Valerie, who are at the back, for Barb and for Allison, who are helping with ushering, for all of you who are here. We are so, so blessed. Let us end today's service with our two favorite songs, Let There Be Peace on Earth and I Am the Light of God. If you're able to stay, please join us. We're going to have snacks and coffee. And if you're able to stay to sing some karaoke or to work on a craft, I know that that's always a fun way of entertaining ourselves on one Sunday a month. So please stick around for that as well. I bless you all. I hope that you enjoyed today's service. I hope that this stone, whatever you wrote on it, is a symbol for you that carries more and more meaning all the year long. Happy New Year, and let's all stand and sing together. Yeah, do you think we could do a circle? Let's try a circle, and those who are unable to circle effectively, we'll embrace them within the circle.
I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God, I am the presence of God, wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God, I am the presence of God, wherever I am, God is. You are the light of God, you are the love of God, you are the power of God, you are the presence of God, wherever you are, God is. You are the light of God, you are the love of God, you are the power of God, you are the presence of God, wherever you are, God is. We are the light of God, we are the love of God, we are the power of God, we are the presence of God, wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thanks.